And we are live, people. This is the match day warm up, and this is the MUFC Realist TV news lunch special show. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. We haven't been live for a while because there hasn't been much content to report, but today is match day, and of course, it is welcome to hell to Turkey. Of course, we're not talking about Galatasaray, but we are talking about Man United facing an old foe in Jose Mourinho, playing away at Fenerbahce tonight. And also there's been some ugly scenes happening right now. We're going to report about some 50 odd Man United fans has been clashing with the Fenerbahce ultras. What is that all about? We're going to cover Erik Ten Hag's presser. We're going to cover some statements that he said. This is the warm-up, people. And also we're going to look over the lineup and who do I think will start at the end of the day. Ten Hag sends out a very, very strong message. Win, win, win. Will it be winner, winner, chicken dinner? We will see. Let's do this. Don't forget to like and subscribe as per usual. Let's do this. Glory, glory, Man United. Let's go. Everyone waking up, smelling the coffee. If you're having your lunch, smell it, smell it, smell it. Is Manchester United about to get 3 points, vital points in the Europa League after 2 consecutive draws in the league? Doesn't really look good, but however, after that second half performance last game, I think it was on Sunday, the player seems to be on fire. The player seems to be up for it, and Jose Mourinho is playing mind games. We are absolutely facing some old foes. We're talking about Fred Amrabat, of course. We know players like Dusan Tadic that Ten Hag used to manage. We also have the one and only that used to play for Newcastle that we used to fear. That took Diego Dalot on a banana skin. We're talking about Saint Maximum as well. Will he start as well? However, how are you doing? How do you feel to be a Man United fan today? Do you feel that the tide might turn today, that we are going on a winning streak? There's only one message coming out from Ten Hag: win at all cost. Win. Anyway, I just want to shout you out, everyone that's tuning into the stream. Big up Stu as well. Always my like the text on my way in. 100%, guys. First and foremost, I'm going to need to apologize to everyone because I haven't been able to do live streaming. My ordinary work life has been taking a toll. And at the end of the day, there hasn't been much more of content to report other than the usual, like, international breaks and, the Ten Hag replacement and everything. That we're not going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is kind of a little bit of the awful scenes that's going on at the moment that was just reported in right now. Awful scenes that Fenerbahce ultras attack Man United fans in Istanbul. What is this story all about? Well, let's find out, because apparently there's been some ugly scenes in Istanbul ahead of Europa League. Manchester United versus Fenerbahce, reported by friends at our Steady News. The Red Devils are set to take on the former manager Jose Mourinho and his goons 100%. It is factually a very important game for Man United to win today, because the table and the new format looks a little bit weird. But for what I can understand, there was about 50 of them swarmed us, according to one of Man United blog. 50 Fenerbahce ultras attacked them. One lad followed me down the street and, pretended to help me before hitting me and shot into the jaw. So this is getting a warm up to a war. Our traveling fans got attacked by 50 of them, swarmed them, but they're still there. This is a bloodbath. This is a fight, apparently. Anyway, we are here to dissect the overall Ten Hag's presser that was broadcasted very, very late last night. So, of course, we couldn't do that live. But Ten Hag sends out a very strong message, people. He does. And we're going to listen to that quote first and foremost. Let's bring that to the stage. While this is loading,
what's your key message or messages to the team ahead of the game?
Win.
Simple as that. Go out and win.
Exactly.
It's very simple. What is the message? Win. I love it. Simple as that. Win. Let's continue.
Go and enjoy the game, but we have to win. And that's our aim. So we prepared them very well, and now it's up to us to get the right result. So the 3 points.
It will be a hostile atmosphere, something you've been used to before, though. So how does a team compose itself and keep calm in what could be quite a stormy affair?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Turkey is not easy to go down. We know welcome to hell, the Galatasaray. And now, apparently, as we read the report, they've already been hostile. We are going to war, people. 50 of them ultras attacked our supporters. And now, mentally, we need to be ready, we need to be steady, and we need to go and attack. Let's see what Ten Hag has to say further.
We had the experiences, and many of us, they faced those opponents in Southern Europe, like Greece or Spain, Italy, of course, Turkey, with the nations, with clubs. We also, last year, we were here against Galatasaray.
We remember that one.
And I was 2 years before against Besiktas. So, really looking forward. And there's always then a challenge, but you're playing against 11 on the pitch. It's not
11 versus 11. It's football. It's, anything can happen. You just need to rock up, mentally prepared, tactically prepared, and how would Ten Hag line up? We know he's playing against the shitster Jose Mourinho. He's already playing mind games, and Jose might potentially line up pragmatic and hit on the break with some maximum on the speed and counter. Let's see.
Not about defense in the stands. You have to focus on the game and not get distracted from any noise, what is around.
They have a very experienced team, people you know well, like Fred, who played at United.
Oh, Fred. Guys, anyone in the comment section, leave your comment. Do you miss Fred? Pastor Fred, we remember. Life was like a box of chocolate with Pastor Fred. You never know what you're going to get. But when Pastor Fred rocks up, God, he was such a good destroyer of the game. Win back ball early. And, under Ten Hag, he did quite well, scoring a few goals as well. But also Dusan Tadic that he coached as well. And who else? Sofian Amrabat. They used to be Man United player.
Dusan Tadic, someone you know, good characters. Is that the strongest part of Fenerbahce, the experienced players they have?
They have a lot of experience, and you mentioned to Fred and Dusan Tadic, but also Dzeko, Sofian Amrabat, of course. They have the experience to win games, but we have the same, and we are ambitious. We want to win. We have set our targets. We want to win besides domestic cups, also Europe cups. So we have to win.
We have to win. Not just domestic cups, domestically, but Europa League. This is very, very vital, important for Ineos and the new regime as well. You need to win in order to qualify to Champions League in a way as well. But if you win this is extra money for Ineos as well. Money seems to be a problem for the current regime. We know why. The Glazers been milking this club dry. But going deep in this competition is extra money for the club as well. And qualifying into the Champions League is a prerequisite, in my humble opinion.
Many games still to go after this one, but this is important.
Just finally then, after 2 draws in the competition, how important is it to win? Or is that every game you just...
Every game is a winnable game. You need to go in with that mindset. In my humble opinion, sorry for interrupting, you don't go in and play a game of football to lose or draw. If you set up your team perfectly fine, attacking football, don't concede goals, but scoring goals. And seems like we are starting to find form in scoring goals with Ruud van Nistelrooy setting up his formation as well. Yes, of course. What would be Ten Hag's answer here?
Have to win. That's Manchester United.
Yeah. So that doesn't change our approach. We always have to win.
Yeah.
But of course,
I agree.
When you have 2 draws, then you are looking forward to get a win.
Absolutely, Gib. Welcome to the show, people. Welcome to the show. Let me know in the comments what you think. Winning, winning, winning. That was the key message that I heard in Ten Hag's quote here. He outlines his ambition, but the ambition hasn't really been married with the actual results. Now, I remember a specific quote from also Jose Mourinho, who had a press conference earlier last night as well, said that Manchester United is a better team than actually having the results this season. He also came out to back Ten Hag to say, well, I think that Man United should stick with Ten Hag and trust the process. Now, there's been some other conflicting feelings, Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out during the international break, but you look at football as a result business at the end of the day. You're thinking, well, we played, 8 games in the Premier League. We're sitting kind of 11th in the table. But realistically speaking, at the end of the day, there's so many games to play, and we are getting players gelling together right now. We saw that over Brentford game second half as well, like the fight, determination. It felt a little bit like in the first season under Ten Hag when we had Casemiro, we had Lisandro Martinez, we had that triangle of Leach as well. Everyone was bullish, right? So watching the second half against Brentford was for me, it was like pinnacle watching Man United of the bullishing style. Let me know what you think, guys. I want to go to the comment section. What are you saying? Good afternoon. Stu, what you saying here? Morning, Mick, listening while working. Yes, true. Come on, viewers, put your tax and the content. We are winning 3-1, what Stu is saying. Well, 3-1 is a Ruby classic. You know what I mean? But however, Man United away form has been atrocious this season, but also last season. But I think this could be a turning point. I think that the players up for it, the mentality-wise, you see Ten Hag saying that winning is the only option here. So let us see tonight. Well, Benny McCarthy has been saying everything's been working in training, but soon is match day. Everything goes out the window. They just get hot-headed out. And there's no Bruno here either. So who will replace Bruno? I got a little bit treat for you if you stick around, who I think will start and replace Bruno as well. But let us go into the press conference as well, what happened yesterday, because this was a little bit of embargoed, to be honest.
Just regarding some of the players who still haven't travelled out here, what's the situation with Mason Mount? Because he got a knock the other week, but he's still not available.
Yes, guys, there was something that I picked up from Sky Sports as well. Well, apparently Mason Mount got a concussion. He got a cut in the back of his head. He's been out for 3 weeks, haven't been seen since then. But apparently he picked up another injury while in training. I mean, I'm going to voice my opinion on Mason Mount because I think this is a shambolic signing. This is clearly a player, and he was very rated at Chelsea. But we haven't seen anything of Mason Mount. £60 million signing. We got robbed by Chelsea. This guy played, 8 Premier League starts last season, and we haven't seen him much in this season either. We saw him in pre-season. Is he made of glass? Is he made of pamperon? Doesn't really want to play, or what's going on with Mason Mount? Let's hear what Ten Hag has to say.
Take a little bit longer as we expected. It's true, but I think he will be back soon.
10 players missing for this game.
What's wrong with Mason Mount? Really? Seriously? I don't understand.
But are you still confident of getting a positive result tomorrow night?
Yes, of course. The players who are available have to do the job. And we are capable. They are capable to do the job.
Erik, we were speaking to Jose Mourinho earlier, and he said it would be Man United against 35,000 Fenerbahce fans. How much of a test is it for your team to come through that kind of...
Jose's mind games. Man United, 11 players on the field versus 35,000 Fenerbahce angry fans. Whoa. You just have to block out the noise.
...of environment, that kind of hostility, particularly without Bruno in the team tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we have enough players in the team. They are so experienced, so our team is experienced. We faced such situations more often. So I think we're looking forward. It will be great ambience. That's fuel for the team. It's a really challenge, really so motivation, and it's really good for us.
Oh, that fuel, fire walk with me. If you know, you know. That fuel, the anger needs to be there instilled from minute one. I mean, that should be angry enough if you walk into their stadium and you have 32 angry Fenerbahce fans. You should be showing them, like, come on, we are Man United. This is the Devils, right? We are going to fight for the badge and we're going to show you.
Sorum Erik'ten olacak. Manchester United'ın Avrupa Kupalarındaki son başarısı Jose Mourinho ile gelmişti.
İyi,
Bu
çok
sebeple
güzel.
yarın Mourinho'nun Fenerbahçe'sine karşı oynayacak olduğu karşılaşmada farklı bir motivasyonları olacak mı? Teşekkürler.
Teşekkür ederim. This Turkish, yes. What was the question? Do you like spicy or garlic sauce on your shawarma? I don't know. What does it mean? I like garlic, of course. No.
Oh, in Europe.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's true. So we won domestic cups after he left, but we didn't. Man United didn't win in Europe, and it's also for us is a target what we want to achieve, and yeah, we have a big opportunity this season. But therefore, of course, we have to qualify. We have to win games. It's in a new setup. We are now 2 games underway. Yeah, we have 2 points.
And there you have it. It says it's a new setup. And me being a realist, MUC Realist TV, I look at it from a realistic perspective instead of being overreactionary. It is a new setup, meaning we have new coaching staff. You know, Benny McCarthy left. He's 2 assistant coaches left. He's got 2 new coaches as well, assistant coaches. Of course, we're talking about Ruud van Nistelrooy and René Hankey. We also have new medical staff, new set pieces coach, new goalkeeping coach, plus also the takeover and the establishment of the new footballing operation, sporting director, technical director, head of recruitment. Everything is new. This is like a new team trying to find their feet, trying to gel together and trying to find the winning ways. But that's what we need to be on the same page, and I support this.
So we know what to do. We have to win games.
Hi, Christian. Good to see you. In your first season under Erik ten Hag, you played so
Christian
many games
Eriksen.
at starting midfield at Manchester United, and in the second season, not so much so. This season, you're starting to get some great form. You've scored some good goals. You've been contributing to the team really well. What have you put that down to, and how happy are you to now be playing again in the Manchester United midfield?
That was Flex. Everyone recognize Flex? From Man United View. Flex, big up for asking the question, and it was actually a good question.
No, yeah, I think every season is different. I think some seasons you're playing, some seasons you don't. And obviously with the injuries I had, was a bit in and out at the time in the last 2 seasons, but I've always been available when I'm fit. And of course, like you said, I enjoy playing for United in midfield, definitely. Of course, as a player, you want to play as much as possible, but in the end, it is a manager who takes the decisions on who's playing, and you do your best when you can.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a pro. The guy that died and went to heaven and came back, and then, you know, now he's playing for Man United. Of course, the first season, Eriksson was instrumental in that midfield, the register with Bruno and Casemiro. But apparently, we got him for free. He will leave for free, so we don't lose anything. But for this season, Christian, you've been amazing, and keep going, because we are building a new team. And I would arguably say that we are 1 or 2 midfielders away and 1 left back away to challenge. Seriously, that is what's missing in this team. I don't believe we need another striker. I think that Højlund is doing great. Højlund is developing under Ruud van Nistelrooy. Zirkzee is not a number 9, is 9.5 or a 10. But the wingers is kind of overstocked as well. So we are definitely needing a Christian Eriksen type, or 2 of them, and also a left back. 100%, in my opinion.
How difficult it is, depending on what tactical setup we've had. So on the weekend, we're in a
Big up
4-4-2.
Flex.
We like to deploy a 4-2-3-1. For you, do you feel you're best as a 6, as a number 10, as a number 8? Where are you most comfortable in that midfield?
First, you know our tactics, or 4-4-2? Yeah, like it. I think for me, it doesn't matter what system you're playing. I think every game is different. I think every game you're going to see a so-called 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, 4-5-1. You're going to see all of it, I think, in times on the game and in the game. But I'm just happy where the ball is.
True. I mean, we've been deploying 4-2-3-1, which is not my favorite system. I don't think it was working. But the latest one that we've been playing is 4-4-2. This has been clearly working. This was the setup against Brentford as well. But my favorite, what I would love to see, is 3 in the back, 3-5-2. Let's see. But Christian Eriksen is saying that, you know what, it doesn't really matter. You know, you play me in the NS system, I will deliver. But where do you think that Christian Eriksen fits best in the team? I would say that he's a deep lining playmaker, a number 8, in my opinion. He's never going to be a number 6 because he doesn't have the legs. Christian Eriksen works best on the left as a distributor of the ball.
Erik, one of the criticisms that Jose Mourinho levelled at United when he left the club was they weren't considered an elite European team any longer. That hasn't really changed. Why do you think you found it so difficult to win games in Europe, and how close are you to getting them back to that elite level?
Good question.
This season we just started. We have two draws. First season, I think we won a lot of European games. So last season, obviously, it was for domestic and also in Europe. Was a difficult journey, but we are confident. We're confident we are capable to do this, to win games, and in the Premier League and in Europe.
This is a very good question directly to Erik, to be saying, like, you won a lot of games last season and everything. What's actually the bottom line of this question? Why are you not winning games now? And I think that we are coming into form very late. As mentioned before, we got rid of 17 players. We recruited 7 new. We had a little bit of a setback in injuries in Lenny Euro. We got in Matthias de Ligt late in the window. We also got Manuel Ugarte, hasn't really adapted to the system. Mazarawi as well, which hit the ground running straight away, but had a little bit of a tune to his cardiovascular system. Apparently he's traveling and available. So the answer to the question is that, yes, we are gelling together. We are starting to find our feet. And maybe this is the token and sign that, our preseason is over. It took us 7 games in, 2 games in the Europa League. This is the 3rd. Maybe it will be like a late spurt now for Man United. This is kind of a feeling that I have. But let me know what you think as well. Do you think the tide is turning now?
Christian, have you played in Turkey before? And is the atmosphere here different to most other places? Every game that I've been to here, the atmosphere before the game, for a long time before the game, is quite intense.
Yeah, I have played in Turkey. It's a lot of years ago with Denmark, our national team against Turkey. So I know what it's like to play in Turkey. But obviously, I missed Galatasaray last season, where I think we saw close by how the atmosphere could be. And I think the Fenerbahce.
Well, everyone knows it's welcome to hell. You know what I mean? Because we have seen this already. Awful scenes. Fenerbahce ultras attack Man United fans in Istanbul. That is what's going on. This is war. Apparently, there was 50 of them ultras attacking traveling fans as well. But let's continue what Christian has to say, because this means war.
Fenerbahce game tomorrow will be very similar, but like the coach said, I think we enjoy playing in these environments. And I think when you, after a few minutes of the game has been going on, I think you just continue playing football. And yeah, it's nice that people are following it and giving it a bit of a good atmosphere at the same time.
Sorum Erik Tenege olacak. TV Spor, Çiğdem
Okay.
Günal. İstanbul'a hoş geldiniz hocam. Geçtiğimiz sezon sonunda takımınızı FA Cup zaferine taşımıştınız. Ama bu sezonki biraz kötü olan başlangıcın ardından biraz eleştirilerin odağı olmuş durumdasınız. Fenerbahçe'de de istediği gibi çok iyi bir başlangıç yapamadı. Dolayısıyla Mourinho da bu ara biraz eleştirilir durumda. Bu maçın hem sizin için hem teknik direktör Mourinho için kritik bir öneme sahip olduğunu düşünüyor musunuz? Teşekkür ediyorum.
Teşekkür ederim. This is Turkish and very hard, but I see the translator probably whispering back to Ten Hag. Christian, you've been out here dining. What do you like about the Turkish cuisine? By the way, do you like spicy garlic sauce on your kebab or shish kebab, or what do you think? What is your flavor? I don't know. Jokes aside. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And Mourinho and I, we won a lot of trophies in the last years. But you have to prove yourself every year. And when you don't win, we are always in the criticism. And we know that we are experienced.
That's in life, isn't it? Like, if you win, nobody's criticizing you. Oh, at least, yes, I'm lying here. When Man United used to won everything under Sir Alex Ferguson, that jealousness, that bitterness, there's still the media going on a rampage right now, just writing anything they can find on Man United. Of course, they don't like it. But when you're losing, of course, everything drops down as well. And so it's echo chambers here for Man United, no matter if you win or lose 100%. But if you are on a winning streak, the confidence within the team, the fan base is simply there. But if you're losing, yes, we know it. We witnessed this for the past 7 opening games of this season. You know how the feeling is. And that's always my valid question to you guys. How do you feel to be a Man United fan today?
It's enough. Professional football is about winning games. When you don't win games, then the criticism is coming. But in the end of the day, we know also it's about how you are in the end of the year. And Mourinho is so experienced. He will lead his team to his best form and will be successful. And so we will be.
But the question with Mourinho, he's kind of the fallen dandy, right? He's is he a dinosaur of the game? Is he too stubborn to adapt? I mean, I'm just taking out Carlo Ancelotti with the Real Madrid. Similar age profile, similar winning streak, but always adaptable. What happened to Jose Mourinho is a big question mark. You know, went to AS Roma and now he's managing Fenerbahce. Why is he not managing any big clubs anymore? Is it the football that he's playing has passed his best? Mourinho is still the showman. Mourinho is the guy that you want to have a beer with and listen to. But in terms of his football, nothing has changed, has it? Still pragmatic.
We are convinced that we are in the right direction, that we follow the right path, and we will achieve what our targets are.
Sorum hocaya olacak. Öncelikle Türkiye'ye hoş geldiniz. Mourinho bugün basın toplantısında Manchester United ve Tottenham'ın Avrupa Ligi'nde favori 2 takım olduğunu söyledi. Siz Fenerbahçe hakkında ne düşünüyorsunuz?
Oh, she was saying, teşekkür ederim again. She's like, okay, have you been out drinking our local beverages? I see you taking a sip on it. It wasn't certainly Russian vodka, but what is the bearded man saying? What do you want for takeaway, Erik? Do you want, again, like, you know, what's in traditional Turkish food? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what it goes on here. Spicy sauce? Yes.
Fenerbahce is a very good team with a lot of good players. We know some. Fred, long time at Manchester United, very experienced. We won with him the Carabao Cup. Sufyan Amrabat, we won with him the FA Cup, very experienced, also very good in World Cup. Dusan Tadic had a long history with him at Ajax, won also a lot of...
Of course, he's almost his maker, like you made Dusan Tadic at Ajax, but almost forgot about Amrabat. You know, there was reports saying that Amrabat was favored by Ten Hag. Ten Hag didn't want to let him go, but the club said, now you can go, because they were targeting who? Ugarte. They were chasing Ugarte for 2 months for the signing from PSG. And there's a lot of questions here saying, was Ugarte a Ten Hag signing or was it a club signing? I think it was a club signing, the latter, right? Because I think that Ten Hag wanted Amrabat to stay.
Of trophies with him. So they have so many experienced and good players, and they have an experienced coach. So yeah, this is a very good players. We will not underestimate them, but also not overestimate them. And we have to play our own game. As we said, we love to play in this environment. We're really looking forward, and we're always looking forward against good teams, because that therefore we became professional footballer to go for these challenges.
Yes, and I agree. But what is the ingredients today? Obviously, Ten Hag is speaking like your 5-star Michelin chefs cooking up a 5-course meal today. We as fans, we just want to go straight to dessert, right? But in the middle, of course, the ingredients is how you're going to line up. And then, you know, what is your strategy to win this game? This is what we want to know as well. We want to see the same fight determination. Even play your game, doesn't matter. Like Chelsea, for instance, under Maresca, what's his name? You don't care. You know, he went up to Liverpool, played this game. He doesn't give a shit, right? So what I've seen with Man United under Ten Hag is that we don't play our game. We adjust always towards the opponent when we play away. But the consistency, in my opinion, should be just play your game. Don't matter if you're playing in Old Trafford or away. Just play the same system consistently with the same players. Don't shoehorn them into wrong positions. Just play your strongest team. But the most important thing, go out and fight.
Christian, following the match against FC20, you spoke and you said it wasn't right for Manchester United to not have the same
Oh, do we know this voice? This is Beth from United Stand.
desire as the FC20 players. Have you noticed a shift in the spirit and the mentality in the dressing room since that game?
Good question, Beth.
Yeah, I think I have. I think the confidence obviously is a big part. I think when you draw, when you lose, I think the confidence is down a bit. And I think also when I spoke at the time was probably here at the moment after you felt like you were winning the game and you lost, or you felt like you lost, but it was a draw, obviously. But I think since I do feel like the group is getting together, and yeah, we played some good games since, and obviously we want to win every game possible. And when you play at United, I think it's the aim, and that's what we're going to go for no matter what.
That's a very good answer. The devil's in the details. Like if you listen to Christian Eriksen, yeah, if you summarize what he said, we are starting to gel together. Even when we drew the game or lost the game, we felt that we could, we were in the better position to win the game. So why the hell did we draw or lose? Right. Another thing is to say, the question is, what do you do when you celebrate the game? Do you have group hugs in the shower? I don't think so. But big up Beth for this brilliant question. And I like Eriksen's answer as well. It is all about self-reflection, isn't it? And they feel like we can do better.
Do you still want to play here next season? I know obviously your contract is up at the end of the season and there's talks that you might be leaving. Would you still want to play at Manchester United next season if the contract was there?
He's not going to give you the answer now, Beth. Come on. He's a contracted Man United player. He's going to play an important game today. Look at his smirk.
Yeah, more or less, it's not really up to me when my contract runs out.
Exactly.
I think it's up to the club and the position. But no, I really enjoying my time. I have done for the last 3 years, and I still do. So when the summer comes, I think with the offer is there from them, I'll definitely take it serious.
Now, if you get 2 questions to ask in a press conference, why would you pick this one if you know what the answer is not going to be given? I would rather say the first question, Beth, was amazing. Second question would be regarding, team spirit or how you think you're going to win the game. Are you going to score at X, Y, Z? But fair enough. But of course, he gave a diplomatic answer. Still, we'll assess it in the summer. Yeah. I don't think Christian Eriksen will stay. He will go for free. And we got him for free 100%, so we're not losing out anyway.
Thank you.
Erik, as already been mentioned, you're missing quite a few players for tomorrow night's game. But this is a competition that offers a route back into the Champions League. How complicated is it for you to juggle or attack this competition given the injury situation?
It is complicated, but
well, we were used to it last season. We had 15 players out. This is nothing.
It is never easy that you know on beforehand, and we have to deal with it, and we will deal with it as a team. We have to cover many games in a short time, and yeah, we will do that the best as possible. We have to progress. I think we made a good step, and now we have to follow up tomorrow, and then we have to go again on Sunday. But yeah, players like to play football instead of do training.
Of course, they like to play football instead of training. Training is like going to work, 100%. But I forgot about it. We're playing West Ham on Sunday, away, apparently, again. So there's going to be a tough rotational fixture. But if we look at the team news, the traveling squad, he ain't that bad compared to last season, who we got available. We're going to talk about that later on. So stick around for that one as well.
And so for the players, is this the best? It's the best way it is. So many games coming up. And as team is also an advantage. As long as you have players available enough, then that you can construct a team and that you don't have to go into big risk, injury risk, then it's the best to play games. And at this moment, we are still okay. But yeah, we hopefully we don't get many more injuries.
I have a question for you guys regarding Erik ten Hag and his rotational squad. Do you think he's overdoing it at the moment because he learned a lesson from last season? I mean, we played 8 games before the international break. So actually just 7 games. But the last game before the international break, he subbed off Marcus Rashford in the first half, and Marcus Rashford was cooking and say rotation. That was his excuse. But, you don't need to do a rotation if you have international break. And by the way, I'm so furious regarding these international breaks because it's too much interruption going on at the moment, right? No, we have a Europa League, we have Conference League, we have Champions Leagues, of course, but we also have the domestic cups that we need to play. But did you know that in 6 weeks there's another international break? Oh my God, I just don't like it. There's too much football, and of course, players like to play football, not training.
Because then we will be short.
And that's about it, people. That is me reacting to the overall press conference, guys. Let me know what you think. Amer is laughing his ass off because I tried to make this entertaining, because there were some Turkish questions. I like Turkish and I like Turkish food. And of course, I love going there to have the shawarma or the kebab, shish kebab, you know what I mean? So there's always a question, do you like spicy or do you like garlic? We will know. Ahmed Fakir, what you're saying here, my friend? Ugarte, Eriksson, Højlund to start. Yes. George Vukovic, what are you saying here, my friend? Hi, Mick. I think will be a tough game. Hope win, but I think it's a draw. Glazes out. Well, I like the last one, glazes out. But I think the wheels are coming off right now. We're coming back on the Ferrari. We can simply take 2 draws in the Europa League, but we need to win this game. And doesn't mean that Ten Hag has Jose Mourinho in his pocket. Jose Mourinho is talking a lot of trash. It's like a boxing game, you know what I mean? When 2 fighters doing the press conference, they are psyching each other up, and sometimes you get a punch. But I believe that we can go in here. What you saying here? Manuel Ugarte, Manchester in winning the ball. Masterclass in winning the ball. Yes. Let's see what Kat is saying here. Will Ugarte play? Question mark. I've been out of the loop the last week. Listen, he's part of the traveling squad, guys. He is. And let me just go and share the screen here. Right. So the team news here, if we are zooming in, United's traveling squad. Goalkeeper Altar Bayandir, the Turkish guy. He's being the tour guy over there right now, telling them which restaurants to go. He knows it. He knows what food to eat and everything else. Jokes aside, we have Tom Heaton and Andrew Onana as well. Onana has been sublime, in my opinion. He was under scrutiny last season. But if you haven't noticed that Onana is playing like a centre-back. He's the 4th wheel. Even if we've been playing 3 in the back, he's been the 4th centre-back, distributing the ball. Cool. Defenders, we have Harry Amas, a proper left-back, joined the traveling squad. Will Harry Amas get his start today? I don't think so, because we have Diego Dalot, Matthias de Ligt, Victor Lindelof, Lisandro Martinez, Mazarawi is back, and Habib Ugoyene, which is a defender as well. In the midfield, guys, if we look at the traveling squad, we saw Christian Eriksen speaking, 100%. We have Casemiro, and we have what you said, Manuel Ugarte. Kat was asking, will Ugarte play? And that is, I think he will. He only played full 90 minutes, and that was at home. I think it was FC20, and we haven't seen him having his full 90 minutes again, and he's been sitting on the bench. And of course, he went away for the international break, had a little bit of a knock, but yeah, at the end of the day, I think so. In terms of the forward line, we have Ahmad, Anthony Dos Santos, and by the way, there's strong reputations and rumors that he will leave in January on a loan. Alejandro Garnacho, he's on fire at the moment. Rasmus Højlund, he is been missed. And now we've seen that Højlund, Garnacho, Marcus Rashford is being properly coached by Ruud van Nistelrooy. I mean, that goal with Marcus Rashford, put the Hollywood pass into Garnacho. If you look at that goal incidence, see what Højlund is doing. He's dragging the defender away. So Højlund is kind of running away from the goal, dragging the defender, opening up the space for Garnacho. Just have a look at that incident. That is coached, 100%. Ethan Wheatley, the youngster, is on the bench, and Joshua Zirkzee, guys. This is the starting traveling squad. Now, I'm certainly believe that we can do this, people. We can do this. So, in terms of my score prediction, what do I think? Or my lineup? Let's dive right into this, shall we? Radio people, we are about 8 hours away from kickoff, and I believe there was a question for Christian Eriksen in terms of how we're going to line up system. I would scrap the 4-2-3-1 system and play a simple 4-4-2 or 4-4-2 diamond. Let's bring in my starting 11, what I think should be happening, and let me know, interact with me as well. I certainly believe that following will happen. Under 9 on goal needs to start. We saw in the traveling squad that Mazraoui is back, so there will be the same old, same old. He will push Diego Low out to the left back position. He will have Lisandro Martinez and De Ligt as a partnership again. A solid back four. I think it's a 4-4-2 with Mazraoui. If we then scroll forward in the midfield, I believe since Christian Eriksen was in the press conference that he will start together with Manuel Ugarte. Christian Eriksen will play that registra, and Garnacho will play in the midfield, but also patrolling the attacking line and the defensive line, together with Marcus Rashford on the other side. Now, I don't want to see Marcus Rashford being on the right. I would like to see a proper right winger like a Amad Diallo to be given a chance. Maybe Rashford will not start. Maybe Rashford will be resting because we have West Ham away. Maybe we even see Amad Diallo. But both Garnacho and Højlund are on fire, are in form. So I believe that Ten Hag in the first half will go strong just to get the first goal in. Manuel Ugarte is very important, but this is what's going to happen, in my opinion. Bruno Fernandes is out, suspended, red carded. So what we will see here is what we've been crying out for. We want to see a partnership of Rasmus Højlund and Zirkzee, because we saw the bench that we have Ethan Wheatley also sitting there on the bench. But this is the way I want to see it. I want to see Højlund playing more deep lining like this, right? And Zirkzee being that number 10 role, right? Garnacho will patrol this area. So we'll be seeing instances where we are transforming from 4-4-2 to a 3-5. Oh, okay. Well, hang on a second. We'll see like this. Oh, sorry. Ugarte will drop in here. Eriksen will play here, being the deep playmaker. So when we are attacking, we are pretty much attacking with the full force, like with fullbacks pinned up high up, right? So when we're actually attacking, we are going to be like, 6 attackers, right? But when we are defending, we are going back. But if you do play a more narrow, compact position, like a 4-3-2-2 diamond, you will see that you will have more of a shape, right? You'll be more compact in the middle, but still the 2 strikers on top. This is the way I envision. I don't see the 4-2-1 work. I see more of a 4-4-2 or 4-4-2 diamond, or even a 4-3-3. But against a Jose Mourinho that's going to sit back and be more pragmatic. We know with the danger man is Saint Maximum. We have a Fred there. We have a Sofyan Amrabat there as well. And Dusan Tadic on the attack as well. An aging Dusan Tadic. And I think that at the end of the day, it's going to be a battle of the midfield. 100%. The attack will sort itself out. I think we are starting to see goal scoring opportunities. So hopefully the XG will be up. But the most important thing here, peeps, is just block out the noise. Because it's going to be 32,000 angry supporters. What will be my score prediction? Well, I don't really know, right? All I care about is a win. But I would definitely go with the 3-1 Ruby Classic, like Stu was saying earlier as well, right? What matters here is that we are starting to score goals. But let me know in the comment section what your score prediction will be for tonight. I'm just trying to find Stu what he predicted. I see he said 3-1 to Man United. I agree with you guys. And let the best team win. And hopefully it's the Red Devils that wins tonight. Guys, we'll be back later on tonight with the watch along and the match reaction show. But I hope really you enjoyed this content. Put a little bit of humor into it because press conference can be boring. And hopefully we will win a game tonight. Again, if we win, we'll be euphoric. If we lose, we're back in the hole again. Thank you for watching, people. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we should see you to the next one. Glory, glory, Man United. Have a lovely day.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.